you better. Guess you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, what should have it? Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to you. Yeah, you better. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist, I'm the mess, and happily become the new in your hands.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Elisabeth Unlimited. Today, guys, I am talking all about some of my favorite biohacks, health hacks, things that have completely shifted my life. And guys, I have been doing this type of biohacking or hacking or just trying to optimize my mind, body, soul for quite a while now. It's been, let's see. The first time I ever did anything biohack related was when I was 19 years old. And it was actually when I got off of a huge drug binge. And I couldn't even complete sentences at this point. I was heavy into just a bunch of different things at the time. And, it was like a freaking, I don't know, was it a 30-day or a 3-month? I don't even know at this point, but it was a long time. And during that time, I really killed my brain. Like it was not good. I was young, wild, and free, and just, very traumatized, trying to get out of pain, because that's really why people end up doing things in the first place, because they are just trying to get out of pain. That's all addiction is, really, guys, at the end of the day. So, I was doing a bunch of that stuff, and then I was taking a bunch of Adderall. So I don't know if you guys have ever taken that before, but super toxic, just bad. And for me, I had no control back then because, like I said, I was just trying to get out of pain. I was traumatized and just not feeling good. So, I couldn't even complete sentences at that point in time when I was 19 years old. And I had always prided myself off of being smart, naturally smart, and easy to talk to. And just, I was like really upset in life because my brain was so inflamed. I didn't feel like myself. I was walking around in dream state. I felt awkward. I felt like crap. It was just not good at all. And so I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was at my best friend's house at the time. Rest in peace, TC, by the way. I was at his house, and his neighbor came up to me, and he was like talking to me about this brain thing that he had. And he was like, "Oh, I can change you. And, this is going to make you feel so good." And at that point, I was so into anything that could make me feel better than what I felt. I was like, sign me up. Let's go. And so he took me that evening, actually, to do this thing called brain training. I was like, okay, what is this? So he ended up putting a bunch of different electrodes on my head, and he gave me a brain map, and it found out that all my brainwave states, like my brain was not functioning optimally at all. So he gave me my brain map and then started to put the electrodes in different places and started to train my brain. And after that evening, I was like, I feel a little clearer. I feel a little bit better. This is different. And so I got very interested. And he was like, well, you can come back, over the next week, and I'll keep on training you. And I was like, sign me up. I'm going, because I had contrast at that point, because like I said, I was pretty cracked out at the moment. So every single day I went back and I trained with him, and it was a 2.5-hour thingy. So I was committed to trying to feel better. A little bit deeper into my story, at the time, I was with a very toxic person, big drug dealer, just used to abuse me, and it was just all bad, and it was just terrible. It was terrible. So even to get there, it was hard for me to even get to this place. And I remember he dropped me off there one evening, and he was like, yo, this place don't even have a sign in front of it. This is some BS, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I'm going to probably get my ass beat when I get home. But I'm still with it because I wanted this feeling of clarity so bad that I was like, please just, let me do this. So went back for 5-6 days in a row. And guys, let me tell you, after this week of brain training, specifically neurofeedback, I completely changed. my brain became clear. I could finally finish sentences again. And I had a different perspective on life. I was like, yo, what am I doing in this toxic relationship? Like, this is weird. I shouldn't do this. And so I ended up leaving the guy and moving back in with my mother. And I started working out every day. I remember I was getting up, I was running. I don't even run, guys. I don't even run. But I started jogging every morning. I signed up for classes in college. I really just jumped back on the normal train, I guess, whatever normal is. And I just wanted to, do something better with my life. Now, this was the catalyst that jumped me in and launched me into my biohacking journey, because I was like, yo, there's these things out here. There's these technologies that can make you feel like this. This is crazy. So, I always say, guys, if you don't completely leave the environment that you were in, the toxic place that you were in, it's very hard to get out of those patterns. Okay. And at the time, like I said, I was running, I signed up for classes, but yet I was still, I still had my ways about me. I hadn't healed at that point. I didn't even know what healing was. I didn't even know what trauma was at the time. So I was still trying to follow my dreams as an actress and a model. So I ended up moving to LA, and I jumped back in the scene with drugs and alcohol. So I was like, okay, all the way in Hollywood. I mean, it was like people would snort lines of coke just to go run the hills. You know what I'm saying? It was so normal. So I got wrapped back into that lifestyle. And what I would do, which is wild that I think about it now, is I would literally go to these parties, do all these drugs, drink, and just get all cracked out again, and then just fly back to Michigan so I could go brain train myself out of the fog. Like, what the heck? This was the very toxic way to jump into my biohacking journey, guys. Not recommended for anybody, but I'm just telling you guys what my story is. And basically, that's what I did until I got pregnant, actually, is when I really changed my life for real. But I was using biohacking as like just a way to get out of my fog. Not the best way, but that was just me at the time. Just telling you guys story time here. But anyways, guys, let's get into a little bit of the science behind brain training, neurofeedback, and now the device that I actually use consistently now, which is called NeuroOptimal, okay, which is different than neurofeedback. So NeuroOptimal and neurofeedback is different because it actually is like what I had when I was 19 years old, right? So this is the first type of brain training I ever did, was neurofeedback. And that's where they measure your brain waves, they give you a brain map, and then they see what patterns in your brain can be fixed. And then they feed you a specific frequency to be able to lift your brainwave states or lower your brainwave states. And that is neurofeedback. So it's like protocol based. And it kind of corrects things, but it's in training you, right? So it's bringing frequencies up and down. It's kind of feeding your brain these different frequencies to change them, right? So the NeuroOptimal is different, where this is not about controlling your brain. It's about pretty much reminding your brain of its own genius, coming back into balance. Okay. This does not feed your brain different states. Okay. It doesn't feed your brain different frequencies. It's basically like putting a mirror up to your brain. And this is what I did when I turned, I think I tried this for the first time when I was like 28 or something, because I had always done neurofeedback until then, which is also amazing. NeuroOptimal, what I like about NeuroOptimal is that it's calming, and it like I said, it doesn't entrain your brain. And instead of sitting there for 2.5 hours, you're only sitting there for 33 minutes. All right. And basically what happens is you put these electrodes on your head. Like I said, it doesn't feed your brain anything. So you don't have to worry. It's not like shocking you or anything. All it's doing is measuring the different brain waves and patterns that are coming from your head. Okay. And then you're listening to 33 minutes of music when you hear skips, pauses, and interrupts. And basically that's showing your brain, hey, that pattern isn't the best, fix it. Hey, that pattern isn't the best, fix it. And it's fixing itself in real time. Super cool, super amazing. And after you do this, after you do NeuroOptimal, it's like your focus comes back online. And it's interesting because, a lot of us can't stop thinking, right? We always have these continuous thoughts in our brain, and, we try to shut it off. And it's like, there's still these thoughts going in our brain. What Neuroptimal has done for me is it has helped me to create that silence in my mind. So when I say stop thinking, boom, nothing's there. Literally no thoughts. So it really, what I call it is like a brain dump. Okay. It's like taking all the stuff that's in your head that's unnecessary and it's like putting it over there. So, doing this, I would recommend Neuroptimal. Doing this maybe 3 times a week for 12 weeks. I mean, you'll feel like a brand new human being. Okay. For me now at this phase of my life, I mean, I do it here and there. But it doesn't make that huge of a difference for me anymore because I've done it for so many years. I used to brain train like a freaking fanatic. So now, the patterns in my brain are probably way healthier than they used to be. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not drinking all the time. I'm not drinking at all, actually. I'm not doing any of the crazy stuff, and I'm definitely not in the toxic environments I used to be in. So therefore, my brain is, working pretty good. It's pretty clear. I feel pretty awesome for the most part, much of the time. But when I feel myself starting to ruminate, or I feel the thoughts start coming back, or I'm having trouble focusing, I'll go brain train because I have a Neuroptimal machine, and boom, it brings me right back to focus. So this is really good for people that have trouble focusing. It's amazing for people that have anxiety and then just can't get those ruminating thoughts out of their minds. It's good for people that have trouble sleeping. It really, really increases sleep and optimize sleep. So guys, I mean, this is life-changing for so many people. So I would, recommend people, if you have these, thoughts, ruminating thoughts, and you just can't focus, maybe you have some kids that have ADHD or ADD or have trouble focusing, you could, brain train them with Neuroptimal. Neuroptimal is very, very safe. Like I said, it's not feeding your brain any type of frequency. It's just reading the frequency coming from your brain, and then you'll hear the music doing skips, pauses, and interrupts. And that's like, boom, 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 it's coming back, right? It's just telling your brain, hey, this isn't working for you. Because if you're unaware of an issue, how can you fix it, right? And I see somebody talking about BrainTap, which is also, I wasn't even going to talk about that one, but let's talk about BrainTap while we're on the subject of brain training. I love BrainTap. Okay, guys, this is life-changing for me. I brought this device every freaking where, every single country, every place I go, because listen, if you're on a plane, you can just throw on your BrainTap and literally get into a meditative state. And because when you feel all foggy after traveling, especially when you're on planes for like 16 hours, I mean, then your brain kind of shuts down, and you got brain fog, and you're in a whole new country. Time zones are different. BrainTap will literally help you kind of align your brain, focus your brain, and bring your brain back. And, the man that developed BrainTap, Dr. Patrick Porter, I'll be interviewing him in a couple weeks. Great friend of mine. He's just a genius in what he's done with this device, guys, because not only do you have the meditative state, does it have the binaural beats, it's actually flashing lights into your eyes. You have your eyes closed, but it's still going through into your eyes, and also inside of your ears. And what happens inside of your ears, guys, the blood goes through your ears every minute. Okay. So every minute, those photons are getting circulated inside of your system, and that is balancing different frequencies within your body and brain. Man, this dude is literally like one of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life. And I'll let him go deep into the science of that when I interview him in a couple weeks. So you guys can look out for that interview. I just put the name of the brain training device that I was talking about at first. It's called Neuroptimal. Guys, you can look this up, like Google it, practitioners that have Neuroptimal, and there's probably many around you. I mean, it costs anywhere from $50 to $200 a session, but this is life-changing. This is one of the devices, like I said, I don't hold information. I share information. Okay. This is one of the main secrets of the place where I used to work at, the mental health place I used to work at. And this is what would shift people so much out of their anxious states that literally people would come out crying. They would come out just feeling brand freaking new. A lot of people actually will come out of neuroptimal crying because you've been holding on to so much in your life that all of a sudden, boom, it kind of shifts you. It shifts your nervous system into parasympathetic too, as well. So it down regulates your nervous system. So now you finally get some peace and calm from the fight or flight that you have been walking around in your whole life. And when that happens, it's like an ice cube melting. I mean, if you have a bunch of caught emotions inside of the ice cube and all of a sudden you're melting, I mean, that stuff is going to come up. The people that I have brain trained with my device, I call it, I'm like, she's going to leave her toxic husband. He's going to create something brand new with his life and sign up for college. She's going to feel better and not be ruminating on her toxic ex. Like, I literally call these different things that will happen to these people in life. And let me tell you, it's accurate 100% of the time. Because like I said, how can you focus, concentrate, and go through life if all you're doing is ruminating over toxic patterns or ruminating over the past or something? You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the game changer, a game freaking changer. So I would recommend everybody try this modality. Okay. Try this. I mean, it's incredible. And then neurofeedback is also good, guys. I mean, you can also look up neurofeedback. It's a little bit more, intensive, where they do feed your brain different frequencies. But I mean, I did it at 40 Years of Zen, Dave Asprey's retreat program. I got my brain mapped, and then a neuroscientist created a specific protocol, and we sat there and did neurofeedback every day for 4 days straight. And let me tell you, it was so exhausting on my brain that my brain would literally want to fall asleep, because when your brain is too stimulated, it makes you want to go to bed. So they would give us these little shots to make sure that we would stay awake. I think it wasn't caffeine, but it was just something that would keep our brains up in an atom while we're sitting there brain training. And it was a lot, man. We had to like keep our eyes open and watch these things on a screen. But I will tell you guys something. That protocol, that program was amazing for me, because I think it's super high beta. I can feel other people. I can feel emotions from other people. I literally will walk into a room and be so overwhelmed hit by different emotions that I don't even like to go in big crowds, because it's too much for me. And I always thought, oh, well, I'm just empathetic. That's just me being empathetic. No, it's actually a hardware problem. It's actually a brain waves and activity problem up here inside of your brain, to where you're taking in external information so much that you're feeling it within your body. Okay. So it's like a hardware problem. So ever since I went to 40 Years of Zen, not that bad. Literally, I don't pick up as much onto other people's emotions like I used to. It doesn't affect me as much. And, they recommend that we did not do neurooptimal, any type of entrainment, for the next 4 to 6 months, because they really, your brain has neuroplasticity, and they wanted that program to keep on working and keep on working. So, I just brain trained, did neurooptimal for the first time, probably like a week ago. And man, I just remember why I got that device, like why I bought it, because it's one of the most incredible calming feelings that you can have. So, I mean, both things are amazing, neurooptimal and neurofeedback. Both things are amazing. You just want to make sure that you go to a person that knows what the F they're doing with neurofeedback, because you're actually getting trained. Okay. If you go to neurofeedback and they're not giving you a brain map, then that's a red flag, because why are they going to push certain frequencies into your brain without doing a brain map? So make sure if you're doing that, they're doing a brain map on you. So 2 of my favorite things, guys, neurofeedback, neurooptimal brain training is just amazing for you. And literally DM me, message me, let me know if you find a person that has neurooptimal or a place that has neurooptimal, and let me know how you feel afterwards, because I promise 100% of the time you're going to feel different, especially if you've never had it before. It's like so many of us walk around toxic and in rumination patterns. And it's hard for us to get out of these things. I used to hate when people used to tell me, just feel better, just do this, go to therapy, or and then it was going to be all better. And I'm like, well, that doesn't control the relentless thoughts in my brain that just won't shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, guys, you need the technology to help you out a little bit, because you can't just be like, okay, I'm going to stop. It doesn't work like that. You have to learn how to repattern yourself, which takes work, which sometimes takes the assistance of something like brain training. Amanda, yes, it does help someone quit cigarettes, because you come extremely aware. It helps your thoughts. It's like a brain dump. So I absolutely think it would help someone quit cigarettes for sure. And then also my son, I've been brain training my son since he was like 3 years old. Literally, he was like a tiny little kid, and I was giving him Neuroptimal. And my kid is a straight A student. I mean, he doesn't give me any type of trouble. He's like the most amazing old soul in the freaking world. He's amazing. And yeah, I mean, I would just Google, if you guys, want to find somewhere that offers this, just Google Neuroptimal. See practitioners in your area that have it. I mean, it's gotten way more popular in the last 5 years, and there's multiple places even in Detroit that I know of that offer it. So just, look it up. I'm sure you can find it. Okay, guys, moving on to my second hack that I love, that has been a game changer for me, is, I talk about this a lot, photobiomodulation. Okay, light therapy. Super amazing. I've been using light therapy for quite a long time. Guys, I love photobiomodulation, light therapy, laser therapy, because it is the only therapy that literally can be so precise that it can literally hit organelles within your cells. Okay. Within your cells, you have these little, other things, nucleus, mitochondria. You have all of these different things called organelles, just like how we have bodies and we have organs, right? So light therapy, laser therapy specifically, can be so precise to hit one organelle within your cell. It is the only therapy, guys, that we have out here that is that freaking precise, and just phenomenal, amazing, and awesome. So photobiomodulation for me has been a game changer in my life. I will never go without it ever again. Okay. Light is not just energy. It is information. Okay. Red and near infrared wavelengths are instructions to your mitochondria. Like I was saying, it's so precise. It hits the mitochondria inside of your cells. Amazing. And it tells them basically to make more ATP, which is the energy that your mitochondria need to, boost your body. And then all this stuff, it reduces oxidative stress, and it activates and repairs genes, guys. Light therapy. And mitochondria, guys, you want your mitochondria to be healthy. Okay. They're doing so much research in the past 2-3 years about mitochondria and the importance of keeping your mitochondria healthy, because they're not just power plants. They're not just your cell's power plants, which I used to call them. They are your cell's power plants. They are the ones that give your cells the energy to function correctly. But what mitochondria are, and deeper than that, is that they're quantum sensors that read environmental cues like light and magnetic fields to decide how to fuel you. Like, they're quantum tiny little bacteria that are reading the external freaking world from inside of your cells. Yo, freaking amazing. Read some science about mitochondria. Anyone that wants to nerd out and go down the rabbit hole about it, because I mean, I was interested. I even took a class about it because it was that freaking, just surprising how many functions these little bacterias have within your system. And if they're healthy and functioning, then you're going to be healthy and functioning. If they're not, then you're going to have disease in your body. So you might want to keep those things pretty healthy inside of you. Okay. All right. So red light therapy, laser therapy, And even those LifeWave patches that I talk about all the time. Am I wearing one today? I am, because I pretty much wear a LifeWave patch every day because they work so well for me. So these work by triggering photoreceptors in the skin that cascade into whole body responses. Okay. Higher stem cell activity, tissue regeneration, reduce inflammation, so many other things. So many. And what red light therapy does for me is it shifts me into a meditative state almost immediately, because I've added it into my routine of meditating. And so as soon as my body and my brain get a hit of that red light therapy, I'm like, boom, and I go into meditative state almost automatically, because my brain knows it is time to go into the alpha theta wave and just relax and become present, and then absorb all these beautiful photons that are making my body heal. Okay. And they've done multiple studies about red light therapy, multiple studies about the LifeWave patches. You can go to lifewave.com and see all the studies that they've done that prove the science behind these beautiful mechanisms of healing. And I mean, since I've been doing red light therapy, I've seen my skin is less, I don't have that many wrinkles. Tissue repair, if I have a wound or something, I mean, I regenerate way quicker. And if you think about it, think about what this is doing for you. It is helping increase your ATP within your body, which feeds your mitochondria to be able to power up your cells. So if your mitochondria have all of this excess energy, then you're regenerating that much quicker. So makes sense, right? I mean, it's freaking amazing, guys. Red light therapy, okay? Red light therapy, laser therapy, even LifeWave. And you guys can go to my Linktree and my Instagram and, look up all this stuff. You can look up LifeWave. And I mean, everybody that I would say 90% of the people that have come back to me telling me about LifeWave and the patches that they've tried, they've found massive, massive benefit in them. So really, 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 really amazing. And it's worked for me. Honestly, I notice so much more energy in my body when I wear my LifeWave patches. I even brought it. Look, we had a tour to Turkey last year, and I brought my patches with me. I bring my patches everywhere. And some lady bumped her knee, and I gave her a patch to put on her knee. And she was like, "Oh my God, I can walk again." I'm like, yeah, see? I mean, the energy patch, they have these energy patches. And I gave somebody the energy patch. And then she was like, oh, I need this again. I need this again. Because she found that much contrast in her energy when she wore the energy LifeWave patch. So that's how amazing these things are. I mean, you can almost see it immediately helping. Guys, the next hack that I freaking will not go without is magnetic therapy. Okay. So I have this thing called HAP-B, and it's magnetic therapy. All right. This basically, it lends you a precise low frequency magnetic field that mimics certain states. Okay. So like it has these different protocols: calm, focus, deep rest. And what it does is it's bathing yourself in these magnetic frequencies that, kind of push and move your nervous system to mimic these states. And so every single night, guys, I have this pad. It's a HAP-B pad. And I put it under my pillow and I turn on the REM thing. They have a REM protocol. And it helps calm me down and slip into a deep optimized sleep. Okay. Since I started using the HAP-B pad to go to sleep at night, my REM has increased a lot. I mean, every night I get at least an hour and a half to 2 hours of REM sleep. And that's a lot for the most part. I mean, usually I used to, before using it, would get maybe 50 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes of REM. So I've noticed that this specific magnetic therapy has really helped my sleep patterns. They also have this band that you can, you're supposed to wear it on your head. Like, it looks so weird though. So I don't wear it on my head. I just put it around my neck. And I usually use that one to focus. And if I'm working, or I'll bring it on a plane, that's really where I like to use this. If I'm on a flight somewhere, then I'll just put it on around my neck and I'll start writing, because usually I like to write books, and just I go deep into writing on planes. And for recovery, when I land, it helps to recover the body. So, yo, like magnetic therapy, HAPB specifically, is freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. So, guys, magnetic fields influence ion channels. Okay. And so this helps, magnetic therapy helps cell membrane potential. Okay. This improves cellular communication, specifically at the place that I used to work at, the mental health place. It was a device called the Magnosphere, and it was two large copper rings on both sides of you, and it would lend you this really low frequency magnetic resonance. So this is what it was doing. It was influencing the ion channels within your cells, helping communication between your cells, as well as doing so many other things like really calming the body. When I used to sit in the Magnosphere, I would literally feel a shift in my nervous system within the first 5-10 minutes, from up to calming down. And they've done studies that actually show improvement in your HRV when sitting in magnetic therapy or having some sort of magnetic therapy. And also, guys, PEMF, which is actually, I'm sitting on a PEMF mat right now. And studies have shown that PEMF can reduce chronic pain and accelerate tissue repair as well. So you got to think about it. The body runs on electricity and magnetism. Like every single heartbeat, every brain wave, every nerve impulse is an electromagnetic event. So if you can have these different devices assisting you, with these things, a magnetic therapy, then it's going to help your body, because we're electromagnetic beings. Okay. The fields that the magnetic therapies but lend you, they communicate directly with your nervous system. And these things even influence water structuring within your cells. And this impacts signaling speeds and coherence with cells. So, guys, I mean, we are 80-90% water, I guess you would say. Lymph, as Mystique, my girl, would say. She's the lymph specialist. And structuring the water within your cells just organizes everything within your body. Okay. So this is enhancing health at the smallest level. I would recommend magnetic therapy for everybody. Try it if you have not tried it. The Magnosphere, look it up, see if you have one around you. HAPB, HAPBEE, is the device that I use. I have no affiliation to any of these things, guys, except for LifeWave, because you need to have a person to be able to buy from. You can't just buy LifeWave, but that's the only thing I have an affiliation with. So I'm really just sharing the things that have worked for me the most over the past pretty much 20 years. Okay. So think about it. I'm not trying to gain anything from this. I'm literally just trying to help people feel better here. So, think about it, guys. We are electromagnetic beings. Think about 5G. Think about cell phones. Think about all of this technology. I mean, I'm sitting surrounded by it right now. So if you're marinating in all of these EMFs, then I would try to take a break and take your body into something that is going to marinate in something healthier for you, right? Kind of restore the frequencies in your body instead of mess them all up by these technologies all around us. So magnetic therapy, I'm telling you guys, game changer. Game changer. If you ever see me with a ring around my head or a big ring around my neck, I mean, that's magnetic therapy. You guys can look it up, HAPB. All right. My next hack that I will never live without, which I don't think anybody could live without once they try it, which is grounding and earthing. I talk about this all the time, guys, all the freaking time. So the Earth's surface, it has a reservoir of free electrons, negative ions. These are natural antioxidants in pure energetic form. Okay. When you connect to the earth's surface with your bare hands, bare feet, bare butt, whatever you want to connect with it, these beautiful electrons flow through your body and neutralize excess inflammation, causing free radicals. Okay. They're it's basically putting out all of the fires within your body, and you can feel this. Everybody can feel this. People that have been grounding or started grounding or got the grounding mattresses or pads or anything that I have recommended to them have come 100% of these people have come back to me and told me, whoa, this is really amazing. I feel different. Pain reduces. Okay. Sleep gets better. Nervous system shifts into parasympathetic. I mean, it is impossible to be chronically inflamed when you're grounded. Let me say it again. It is impossible to be chronically inflamed when you're grounded. And for people, y'all, what is the basis of autoimmune disease? Inflammation. And let's talk about autoimmune disease for a second. 80% of autoimmune disease is held by women. So women, I'm speaking to you directly. Take a break from your day and ground for 20, 30 minutes. Everybody, but women especially, because we walk around stressed out. I mean, our emotions make us stressed all day anyways. I mean, we take everything to heart. We overthink things and we ruminate about stuff, and then we hold it all in because we got to be, strong and don't want to be a nag and don't want to complain. So we need to ground all the freaking time, every day, guys, every day. If you're a woman, especially, I mean, I'm talking to women and men, but if you're a woman, especially, take 20, 30 minutes out your day and go outside and ground. This is a game changer because you will literally feel the cortisol and adrenaline just removing from your body. You will feel your nervous system down-regulate, and you'll be able to breathe, and just all of this stress will literally just be sucked out of your body. Do it for a week and your life will change if you've never done it before. Trust me. Look, I never wanted to be the person to walk around barefoot. I'm like, ew, my God, it's so dirty. Like I was the person like not wanting to get my hands dirty, not wanting to like be dirty and just have dirt on me. So I was never into this type of stuff. But let me tell you, when I started to do it, my whole life changed. Like everything changed about the way that I perceive the earth, dirt, everything. Now I just want to literally cover my whole body in dirt. I would go outside and dig myself a hole and lay there all night if I could and wasn't scared of bugs. Okay. Because literally, this is how amazing this beautiful connection is with me now. I mean, I can't even walk past pollution and garbage and stuff on the ground without feeling like I'm going to cry, number one. Number two, without picking it up. I never used to care. I used to be a litterer back in the day. Do you think that I could ever do this again in life? I don't think so. Not ever. On the oven. Yep, right there. Sorry, my son is taking out my chicken. Just put it on top of the tinfoil. That's fine. Wherever on the stove. Just be careful. He's taking out my chicken for me, guys. Yeah, it's hot. You okay? Close the oven now. Sorry. My child is doing me a favor, so I didn't have to get off here, but he scared me. Okay. Anyways, back to grounding. Okay. So earthing, grounding, guys, it's one of the game changers, one of the things that have completely changed my life, and I will not go without ever. I mean, I'm sitting on, I have a laptop grounding pad. I have grounding pads underneath my feet right now that I'm resting my feet on. I eat on top of a grounding pad. I sleep on a grounding pad. I lay my head on a grounding pillowcase. I cover myself in a grounding blanket. Okay, I'm a little obsessed because let me tell you why. When I don't ground, I feel the pain in my body. It comes back. When I go out of town and they don't have the right plugs for me to be able to ground, then I feel the pain in my body. I mean, I'll go outside and put my feet in the dirt, but it's not the same as being grounded as much. And so I can feel the difference, guys. I literally can feel the difference. I mean, I was in gymnastics for 16 years. I wore my body down, okay? Serious back pain. Like I hurt my back in gymnastics. I landed on my neck before. I was doing a back layout and I landed on my neck and I was embarrassed. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed that I just jumped up real quick. Luckily, I didn't break my neck, but I was at camp at MSU. And one of the Olympic stars, Dominique Moceanu, is that her name? Dominique Moceanu. This is way back in the day. I landed on my neck and I was just so embarrassed that I literally hopped up and like ran away. But my neck hurt so bad. And so I really think all this pain in my body, I had a lot of it because I tore my body up in gymnastics. So when I started grounding, I was like, yo, I'm not waking up in back pain. This is crazy. I felt so much better. And I will not go without this, guys. I will not. And this also helps blood viscosity. And if your blood is thick, then it's not circulating correctly. I mean, does anybody have any issues with cold hands, cold feet? Because I certainly did back in the day. I mean, I smoked cigarettes, and cigarettes are terrible for your body, terrible for circulation, just terrible in general. And I always used to have cold hands and cold feet until I started grounding. Because at that point, your blood viscosity, it helps it, right? So now your blood is flowing freely through your body. Your circulation is better. And now no more cold hands, cold feet. Freaking incredible. And they've done multiple case studies that show these things. It helps chronic pain. It improves sleep, faster recovery from injuries. I mean, people that have diabetes that, can't heal their own wounds have grounded and the wounds have started to heal. Incredible stuff. And this stuff, I mean, you don't have to buy the products. Just go outside and literally sit out there, hands and feet to the grass. You will feel a difference. And then you're plugging into Mother Earth. Like I said before, I was never connected to Mother Earth. I was one to litter. I didn't care. I was so unconscious. But at this point in my life, I will never, ever, ever walk past a piece of trash and not pick it up because I have so much respect for my mother. So much. Because she has healed me in so many different ways. And at this point, I cannot disrespect her in any way, shape, or form. Okay? So anyone that's not out here grounding, go do so. It'll change your life, your entire life. It's not woo-woo. It's literally plugging into the most advanced healing mechanism of our life, Mother Earth. Okay? All right, guys, my last hack. It's not really a hack, but my last thing that I wanted to talk about is what has recently really helped my mind, body, soul, because I have gone through the dark night of the soul, okay? The dark night. And, I talk about all of these different things that have helped me throughout my lifetime of craziness, drugs, alcohol, parties, addictions, just being in toxic environments, all of these different things that I have gone through in life. I've used over 100 different modalities to help bring me back to consciousness. But what has happened to me in the past 4 months during the dark night of my soul is the most simplest, easiest, just thing that has helped bring me back, which is nature, connecting with nature, meditation, and visualization. This has literally brought me back to myself again. Not even myself, but a better version of myself. My dance party walks in nature, connecting with the trees and the plants and the flowers, and just being so present in nature with the sun has healed me through my dark night. Okay? Seriously. And like I said, guys, I've done over 100 different things in life, different technologies, different, meditations, different activities, modalities that have done great things for me throughout my life. But it was the most simplest thing that brought me back this time, which is incredible to me because it shows me and it proves to me that you guys going through bad things in your life, big storms, big life shambles, can bring yourself back without having to use all of these crazy technologies, these expensive different things. I mean, hyperbaric oxygen, I have a chamber and it costs like $25,000. I mean, this stuff gets very expensive. Biohacking gets very expensive. Supplements and life wave patches and all of these different things. If you're going to Neuroptimal multiple times a week, I mean, you might drop $300 to $500. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's a lot. It can get very expensive. So I'm literally sitting here telling you guys that I have probably tried it all of the different technologies. I mean, I sat on a $350,000 bed that had all of these different things. I mean, lasers and light and sound and magnets and just everything. It was great. It was awesome. But who the F can afford that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not, no, I would say, you know, everybody is kind of jacked up in this world. But I mean, people that are in poverty or people that are, you know, in the hoods, inner cities, have the, you know, dirtiest products, toxic buildings and toxic lights and toxic water. And you know what? Like those people that are living in poverty, that don't have access to these types of things, need it the most. Seriously. So I wish it would be affordable for everybody. I really do. I don't want to go off on a whole tangent about how I feel like the world is unfair because I can go off for another 2 hours and y'all be sitting here with me for the next 2 hours talking about that. But I'm going to stay on plan. I told my assistants, look, I'm going to stay on track today. I'm not going to go on a rant. So I won't do it. I'm not going to do it tonight. Maybe another night, but not tonight. Let me just stay on track. So back to nature, guys. Back to the most simplest thing that everybody can do to make themselves feel better. Okay. Nature. This is what helped me. I mean, it took me plus nature though, because it wasn't just like, oh, let me just go outside and just go, you know, and just take a walk. Like, no, I had to consciously be in nature, consciously be there, not just go there. I had to consciously change my brain patterns. So if anybody is going through a dark night, if anybody is going through a life storm or just issues, depressed, stressed, I mean, my advice to you would be break those neural patterns that you have of the negative thoughts, of the negativity brain spiral that you're in, right? Because, you know, as soon as everything changed for me, all my brain wanted to do, and this is what the brain does, is it goes into fear patterns, right? It always pays attention to what's it's scared of, and it pays attention to the negative because your brain is trying to protect you all the time. So it's going to keep a keen eye out for the fear stuff and the stuff that can make things bad. And just, you know, it goes through this. It's patterned for this. Okay. So it's from our conscious thoughts that we can break these patterns and restructure our neural connections in our brains. So that's what I was doing when everything changed, because automatically my brain is wanting to go into, oh, screw you, and this sucks, and this is horrible, and blah, 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 blah. Every time my brain would go into those ruminations, right, of negativity, I would literally take my butt outside. I would run outside, you know, literally run outside. And I would sit outside and I would feel the sun on my face. I would connect to Mother Earth. I would pay attention to a tree and look at things that were pretty. I would still be feeling my emotions because I wasn't trying to suppress them, because if you suppress them, then they're just going to come up later at a later time that's inappropriate, which is never good. Don't ever suppress your stuff, right? Get it out. But I was not about to pattern my brain in the negative way, because if I would have done that, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I would literally probably still be crying in my bed. You know, I wouldn't have gotten up and done anything. My brain would be patterned towards negativity, and then I would be stuck in the past. And then I wouldn't be this new human that I am today, trying to live and basically living in the present moment for the most part, looking towards a positive future. You know, I would be ruminating on a negative past, which would take me down. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me at this point in my life. And that is why I'm saying it takes you plus nature. It doesn't just take nature. You know, it was hard work for me to repattern myself like this. But with the assistance of nature, I was able to do it, guys. I mean, I'm not going to tell everybody like I'm super healed because I'm definitely not super healed. I'm still extremely sad, which I felt a lot of that today. Um, it's still really hard. It is. But what I'm not doing is sitting in pain all day, ruminating about something that isn't even real anymore because it's not my reality anymore. My reality is sitting on TikTok and on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter or X and talking to y'all. That's my reality right now. With my kid playing, games and reading in his room. This is my reality. What my reality is not is the past, is what I used to be in and who I was with and what I was around. That is no longer my reality. So why would I ever spend time sitting there in a reality that isn't even existent anymore? I'm not going to do that because I want to live presently so I can absorb, take in, and love my life. Because to be honest, my life is pretty dope right now. I mean, my kid is just having fun. I can hear him laughing right now. I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I feel good about myself because I'm sharing these things that have helped change my life. And I'm hoping that it's changing your guys' too. And that in turn makes my heart happy. It really does. When I can offer assistance to the world and help, the world feel better and the collective feel better, that makes my heart happy. So I don't want to sit in old patterns. So many of us get stuck in old patterns. Try not to get stuck there. Break the patterns and assist yourself in nature in doing so. Because nature exposure automatically it lowers cortisol and it reduces sympathetic activity. Okay. So it pushes your nervous system into parasympathetic. Every single morning, I do my dance party walks. And I swear, even if I have the worst morning and the worst news, I can take my dance party walk and I feel like $1,000,000 every single freaking time because it's automatic. It's like it's so hard to be in nature and be stressed out. I mean, if you're paying attention to the beauty of it, which so many of us don't because we're always on our phones or we're always looking down. I'm on my walks looking up. Like I'm looking at the trees. I'm looking at the birds' nests in the trees. I'm like, where's the sun at? I mean, usually when I'm walking, the moon is still showing. I'm like, look at the moon. I mean, I'm literally walking with my head up the whole time that I'm walking. But so many of us outside in nature are looking down and we don't even notice it. That's bad, man. That's bad. I listen to Michael Jackson on my walks all the time. Only Michael Jackson. I used to listen to hype beats and happy playlists and screw that. I just put on Michael Jackson and that's all I listen to on my dance party walks at this point. And Michael, man, I love Michael. Woo! He was some sort of alien. That dude was such a forward freaking thinker. And it was so crazy. I did a podcast this one night about looking in the mirror, right? And I was like, victim mentality and how people just need to look in the mirror because everything outside of us is just a projection of what is inside of us. Okay. So if we're getting triggered, if we're getting irritated, if we're judging something else outside of us, then we're really just judging ourselves. So I went on a whole entire rant about looking in the mirror. And then the song came on the next day is when I started listening to Michael Jackson. And it was like, man in the mirror. And he was saying the same things that I was saying. It was just crazy because I hadn't heard that song literally in probably like 20 years. Because it was the first time I put on Michael Jackson. And I was like, yo, this is amazing. This man was so freaking just ahead of his time. So far ahead of his time, man. Oh, man. He was something else. Real blessing to the planet. A serious blessing to the planet, that man. His music, something else. But anyways, guys, like I said, I'm not going off on my rants today. I'm just saying, please, try some of these things. These are hacks. These are our biohacks, modalities, things that have literally changed my life. Completely. Sometimes you hit walls and you just kind of can't jump over the wall and you plateau. But every time I did any of these things, it was like, boom, it was a whole new level. I was like, whoa, what is this? I gotta keep doing this forever. Seriously. And I won't miss my dance party walk. I take 2 a day. Oh, and I was reading this thing. Dr. Mark Hyman posted it today on Instagram. 7,000 steps. Everybody out there should try to take at least 7,000 steps a day. This increased vitality in life by 47%. 7,000 steps, guys. Walks extend your life. And now I'm averaging between 10 and 13,000 steps a day with my 2 dance party walks. And I'm not only walking, I'm like skipping, I'm shaking my butt, I'm twerking a little bit, I'm just like really getting it on my walks. And it's fun. It's amazing. It's working my lymph. Women, get out there and move your hips. We have so much trauma in our wombs. So women, move your hips. You're supposed to. I mean, get into that feminine energy, that feminine flow, and just move and move and move. Guys, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I was doing some content today and I don't just do dance party walks. I do dance party life. Okay, guys. I mean, I do dance party everything. I mean, I was getting my supplements, doing my little dances, I love music and I love moving my hips because it makes me feel good. And it also is moving my lymph. It's healthy for me and it's working out that womb trauma that generations and generations and generations of us women have. So please, guys, do a little shaking your hips. Guys too. I mean, you don't have womb trauma, but guys, move your body. Dance. It's so good for you. It's good for your lymph. It's good for your spirit. It's just good in general. It makes you feel good. So get jiggy with it. I really just said that. That's like an old term, maybe 30 years ago. Oh man, but that's how I feel every single day. I get jiggy with it. I dance. I got flowers, guys. I got these beautiful flowers today for my house. I was dancing my way, putting my flowers away. Look, I love it. Look, do things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? White flowers. I mean, they're good energetically for your space. They create peace and tranquility in your space. They carry energy. I mean, I talk to my flowers every day. I talk to my plants every single day. I have so many bouquets of flowers in my house right now. And I talk to them and I tell them, thank you so much for providing this beautiful, beautiful energy and this beautiful, just look. I mean, it lights me up. It literally lights me up. You don't need somebody to buy you flowers. Buy yourself flowers. And they smell good. I need it. And I was dancing around making my bouquets of flowers. I filmed that too. I'll be posting this soon. Because this is the type of stuff, guys, we need to have this childlike energy. Get back in touch with your inner child. I mean, I used to dance. Oh my God. When I was a kid, I used to dance and have my girls over in the mornings before school. And we used to put Weird Al Yankovic on. And we would just dance our butts off for like 30, 40, 50 minutes to an hour before school. And I'm like, yo, that's all I used to do when I was a little kid. Like literally, now I'm just doing it all over my house. Like I dance while I cook. I dance while I put my flowers away. I dance while I'm talking to my assistants on the phone, like trying to give assignments. I mean, I'm always dancing. It's just fun. It's fun. I'm seeing the chat. I am. I'm just not paying like the most attention because I just be on a complete little stream. Did someone ask me a question? Because my bad if you didn't. I love y'all so much, by the way. Like all you guys. TikTok. I love y'all so much. I mean, you know what? I feel the love from people. And I feel also the pain from people. And I feel like, we need to be able to love on each other a little more and a little better and support each other a little more, a little bit better. What supplements do I take daily? I just did a live about that. I think I did a live on Sunday about that on my YouTube channel, Elisabeth Unlimited. You can look me up on YouTube and I have tons of different lives that I've done multiple things on. And I definitely went into all my supplement stacks just literally like 2 nights ago. So if you guys, want to check that one out, it's also a good one. And yeah, we do need to do a group dance walk. Yo, I'm telling you, if you ever see me, if y'all ever in South Florida and you see a little Asian walking around the street, not walking, but dancing, twerking her way down the street. No, it's me. That's me. And come join me. We have a dance party. Seriously. My son and I have dance parties. I mean, he doesn't really do it anymore because he's becoming a cool teenager at this point. But we used to have dance parties all the freaking time. I mean, music and moving, two of the best things that you can do for yourself. And then give yourself things. Like I treated myself to flowers today. I have bouquets of flowers all over. I love getting bouquets and putting my own bouquets together because it makes me happy. It lights me up. I love these things. Do something for you today because so many of us don't. So many of us do so much for others that we forget about ourselves. And that is the toxicity of the world, guys, because that only builds up resentment within us because we are here for us. We're here for us. Everything else is a mirror to us. And once we become whole and start pouring back into what we like and what we want to do and giving ourselves bouquets of flowers and doing stuff for us, the energy is an overflow of love. I never had this overflow of love before. I started giving so much to myself and asking myself in every moment, do I want to do this? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to talk to this person? Do I really want to go to this place? What do I want to do right now? Until I started doing that, I didn't have this energy to give. Even back when I was at the other job, I would cancel lives all the time because I didn't have the energy. It was like, oh my God, I have to do a show. Like it was a job, everything was forced. It was hard. I would move stuff all the time, move meetings because I was exhausted. Now I'm literally going live. I'm doing way more shows than I've ever done in my life because I'm at an overflow at this point. I have an overflow of energy. Once you align with your soul's purpose, you will have an overflow of energy. You will not be waking up like, here's another day. You will have the overflow and you will skip out of your bed, excited about what today is going to bring. Every single morning, I'm skipping out of my bed. Every single morning, I'm skipping down the street because I know magic will be here. Some sort of magic will come at me. And I'm so excited for it because I expect it. Because I'm pouring so much magic into myself that I have so much of an overflow of magic within me. And like I said, everything is just a reflection of you. So because I have all of this magic within me that's bursting out, the universe, God, source is returning my magic to me tenfold. It's incredible, guys, when you're able to get into that type of frequency and energy. Your whole life will change. My whole life is different. I'm so grateful. What happens at my events? Yes. Okay. So I have healing circles. I have a whole healing circle tour. I had to move New York because I got invited to speak in Bali. And I could not miss this life-changing opportunity. So we sent out an email today about our New York attendees, and we will be rescheduling. So look out for that email, please, if you signed up for New York. But like I said, I could not miss my life-changing opportunity to go to Bali. And in case anyone wants to join me for this life-changing opportunity in Bali or this life-changing summit with over 3,000 visionaries, creators, authors, entrepreneurs, just et cetera, and 33 master teachers, including me. Super exciting. I think there's a buy one, get one 50% off right now if you guys want to join me in Bali. It's life-changing. The energy there, I know, alone is going to change my life. I will be a different person. Y'all watch me right now. We're in August. Okay. Watch me in October and see how different I am. Trust me, I can feel it. Something out there is going to change for me because Bali was meant to be. It literally landed in my lap as soon as I got aligned with my soul purpose. Like I said, I have magic overflowing from me. And that was one of my magic gifts that came in. Like I said, I didn't know anything about this summit. I didn't know the people throwing this summit. I didn't know anything about it, but it literally landed in my lap and it was like, here, hello, come to Bali, come speak. Come be one of the master teachers that's speaking on the master main stage. I'm like, oh my God, what? It just happened. It boom, fell in my lap. So guys, if you want to join me in Bali, buy one, get one 50% off, I think for the next 3 days. And this will be a life-changing event. And I talked to the organizer of it. I had her on my podcast, which I will be releasing probably in the next couple weeks. And this woman is one of the most powerful, good light beings that I've ever met in my life. And every time I talk to her, it's like soul freaking connection. It's like sparked. It's like when we're just full of energy. And I literally interviewed her after I was speaking for like 5 hours. And afterwards, I just wanted to run 20 miles because that is how you know you're connected to something good, to something that your soul wants you to do, is your overflow of energy that you will have. And that's exactly what happened. Every time I talk to this woman or every time I talk to the group that's helping me with this Bali trip, it's like my overflow of energy and happiness and magic. It just expands and expands and expands. That's how you know, guys, you're on the right track for soul purpose. So yes, Bali is going to be amazing. Anyway, sorry about my Bali tangent. Yes, my healing circles. So, yes, I will be in Dallas October 19th with my spiritual advisor, Chelsea Charbonneau, who is one of my favorite freaking people on this planet, guys. She is a huge reason that I have gotten through my dark night because she has just assisted me, helped me, and kept me on the right freaking track in light the whole freaking time, man. And she's just an amazing being. She's a seer. She can watch your past, your present, your future, like a movie, and will tell you all about it. And everyone that I've brought to her is like amazed by her and her gift. I mean, literally, she's something freaking else. I had her on my podcast, and she's literally changed my life and so many other people's lives that I've sent to her. And so she'll be my special guest in Dallas. So guys, if you want to join me, I mean, they're always amazing. Jessica, my sis, is on here. She was in Atlanta with me. I think I saw someone else too. I don't know where she was, but yes, amazing, guys. The healing circles are amazing. It's the energy for me, you know. The energy for me is just, I don't know. I feel like, well, I have power in my hands. So, you know, I just give my happy power to people, my healing power to people. And just to be able to share space, okay, and connect in person with somebody, it lights me up. And, you know, we're a reflection of each other. So it's like a lighting of each other up. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even have to talk, even though I give a lot of, like, I guide you through a meditation. I guide you through an activation. We do different somatic practices. I mean, we do some quantum stuff. I mean, we do a lot and I teach a lot depending on what special guest I have with me. We go into tons and tons and tons of information. But if we just sat there in silence and literally just sat there, I swear to God, we'll be healed. Just the energy of it. Because let me just be real. The people that I have attracted, you know, my family, my soul family, you know, my community of people, the people that love my information, that follow my information, they're light beings. Okay. And we're all trying to accomplish kind of the same thing, which is raise collective consciousness, you know, be vulnerable, get out of pain, you know, try to be better people every single day. Right. We're competing against ourselves, nobody else. Yeah, see, sis, it's it. The energy was out this world. It's the energy for me. You know, I could teach all day and I will. That's fine. But it's the energy for me. It really is. It's different. It's different when we all meet up together because think about it. when you're meditating, just one person, it's strong, it's amazing, it's powerful. But think about another like being meditating with you, or another like being meditating with you, or try 10 or 20 like beings meditating with you, with all of that type of energy circulating in the room. I mean, it's different. It really is different, and it really is powerful. And I just love it so much. I really do. My tour is one of my favorite things I've done so far, because I've been able to connect one-on-one with people, one on 10 with people, one on 15 with people. I mean, I like to keep these very intimate, because I like people to be able to be vulnerable and not feel scared or weird about being vulnerable, because that is one of your most powerful things in life, is to be able to sit there and be vulnerable. If you're able to do that, guys, I mean, it takes a lot to sit there and share your story, or share the reason why you're sad or going through your storm. It takes a lot of courage and vulnerability to be able to do that. But to get that weight off of your chest with like-minded, like beings, same frequency, same vibration, is a really powerful healing experience. So that's kind of what we do. We share stories. I give advice. We do meditations. We do activations, guys. And I'm about to launch my activation prayer, which I put a theta entrainment beat behind my activation prayer, guys. So be on the lookout for this, because this is freaking amazing. Let me just go on this little rant, and then I'm going to hop off of here, because I don't have to. I'm going to hang out with my son. So I put a theta track behind my activation prayer to activate your spirit team, basically to draw in all of the beings that are here, behind the veil, helping you every step of the way. And this is because when you're in that theta state is when you can actually communicate with your spirit beings. All right. Alpha is kind of when you receive messages. Theta is really when you can get in there to really just speak to them. Okay. Amazing. So this activation prayer is freaking amazing. Okay. It's going to be amazing. So watch out for that. My website, yes, my events are online. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to be meeting with beautiful Candice Vandal this Friday, and we're trying to put together a masterclass. So we are going to create virtual courses online together. And so, yeah, there will be that available for people as well that can't travel. But yes, safe spaces, TNT, new life, safe spaces for sure. And it won't be her, it will be Chelsea. Chelsea Charbonneau is my new spiritual teacher, and she's just, literally the most amazing spiritual teacher I've ever met in my entire life. Like, I'm never letting her go. I was like, listen, lady, like, you are coming with me forever. All right. I'm not letting you go, because her gift is just beyond anything I've ever seen in life. Seriously. So she will be there in Dallas. And, you guys, whoever joins me there, will see her beautiful gifts, because it's freaking just out of this freaking world. So visit my website, Elisabeth Unlimited, guys, if you want to stay up on my events, if you want to sign up for my newsletters, join my community. It's all on Elisabeth Unlimited, and that's spelled with an S. I looked up how many people look up Elisabeth with a Z and spell my name wrong, and it's like 100% more than people spelling my name right. So that kind of sucks, but it's Elisabeth. Okay. Elisabeth. It's like Elisabeth. Okay. ElisabethUnlimited.com is my website. And you guys can sign up for my text message app, everything from my website. Okay. And you can see all the events and the tour stops that I'm going to. I also have Bali on my website. So I really hope that I see some of you guys in Bali, because that's going to be life-changing. But Dallas will be life-changing. Vegas will be life-changing. Miami will be life-changing. And New York. As soon as I get New York rescheduled, I'm putting that out as well. So, all right, guys. If no one told you today, I love you. I love you just for existing, Seriously, I have so much love for all of you guys. Literally, y'all make me happy. And, I hope I add some sort of value to your guys' life. Seriously. I mean, tell somebody that you love them today, because so many people don't hear that ever, ever. And everyone deserves to hear that every day. Okay. So I love you. I love you. Until next time, guys. This was another episode of Unlimited with Elisabeth Carson. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. And I hope this one gave you some value. All right. Peace, 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 everyone. Peace and love.
This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests and don't necessarily reflect those of the producers or affiliates. We do not guarantee the accuracy of the content. Please verify information and seek professional advice when needed. By listening, you agree not to hold us liable for any actions taken based on this content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you enjoy the episodes ahead. Love unlimited, feel unlimited.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to stay on this journey with me. There is so much more ahead. Courses, mentoring, healing circles, retreats, safe spaces to heal and grow. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and stay connected. We are not alone. In this journey, we're on it together.